People love to say affordable land is gone, that if you didn't buy before the world went sideways, you're stuck renting forever, that rural property is either a crumbling shack or a $600,000 country retreat flipped for Instagram. But Arkansas quietly ignores that narrative. While everyone fights over Texas and Tennessee, Arkansas just keeps offering real farmhouses, real acreage, and prices that still feel like they belong in another decade. No hype, no influencer gloss, just land, space, and houses that were built to be lived in. Some of these homes are move-in ready, some need work, a few are serious projects, but every one of them comes with acreage and a price that doesn't require selling your future to the bank. These aren't myths, these are real places in real Arkansas towns that most people never look at. Let's count them down. Number 10, a solid farmhouse on 8 acres. We're starting at the high end, and even here the value feels unreal. Just outside Batesville sits a traditional Arkansas farmhouse on roughly 8 acres, priced around $285,000. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, roughly 1,700 square feet, and a wraparound porch that looks out over pasture instead of pavement. The house is updated where it matters: roof, HVAC, plumbing, but still keeps that old farmhouse layout that actually makes sense. Big kitchen, separate dining area, mudroom for boots and dirt. The land is usable, not just decorative. Room for animals, gardens, or simply distance from everything loud. Batesville is one of those rare towns that balances rural life with real services. Hospital, college, grocery stores, and jobs exist, but the cost of living stays grounded. You're not isolated, but you're not crowded either. For under $300,000, this is ownership without compromise. Number 9, 10 acres and a brick ranch. This one surprises people who think Arkansas is either mountains or nothing. Outside Russellville, you'll find the brick ranch-style farmhouse sitting on 10 acres, priced around $265,000. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, nearly 1,800 square feet, with a metal roof and a covered back patio overlooking open land. The house is clean and functional, not flashy, but solid. The acreage is flat and usable, ideal for livestock or workshops. Property taxes stay reasonable and utilities are simple. Russellville anchors the area with Arkansas Tech University, healthcare, and manufacturing jobs. You can live rural and still have employment options without commuting 2 hours. This is the kind of place people don't believe exists until they see it listed. Number 8, Ozark Foothills Farmhouse. Now we head north into the Ozarks. Near Harrison, a farmhouse tucked into rolling hills sits on 12 wooded acres, priced around $240,000. About 1,500 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, with a wood stove and deep porches that actually get used. This one feels private. Trees surround the house, wildlife shows up uninvited. The land slopes gently, creating natural separation from neighbors you'll barely ever see. Harrison isn't fancy, but it's functional. Grocery stores, schools, healthcare, and access to outdoor recreation like the Buffalo National River. Cost of living stays low, and people mind their business. If you want peace without complete isolation, this one hits hard. Number 7, a 15-acre fixer farmhouse. This is where sweat equity starts to matter. Outside Mountain Home, you'll find an older farmhouse on 15 acres, listed around $215,000. The house is about 1,900 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, but it needs updates. Floors, paint, kitchen modernization. The bones are strong. The land is excellent. Rolling pasture with fencing already in place, plus outbuildings that actually serve a purpose. Mountain Home draws retirees, tradespeople, and outdoor lovers. Lakes, rivers, and hunting land surround the area. If you're willing to put in work, this is how people build equity instead of borrowing it. Number 6, 20 acres and a modest farmhouse. Crossing into southern Arkansas, prices drop again. Near Camden sits a modest farmhouse on 20 acres, priced around $199,000. The house itself is simple, around 1,300 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, but the land is the headline. Flat pasture, timber potential, room to expand or build additional structures. Utilities are basic, taxes are low. Camden is a working town with paper mills, manufacturing, and agriculture. It's not glamorous, but it's stable. This property works for someone who values land more than square footage. Number 5, a classic Arkansas farmhouse on 6 acres. This one feels like something your grandparents might have owned. Outside Winey, a white farmhouse sits on 6 acres, priced around $175,000. 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, just over 1,400 square feet. Hardwood floors, high ceilings, and a long front porch fixing open fields. It's livable as is, but you'll want to modernize the kitchen and bathroom eventually. The land is open, level, and easy to manage. Winey is Arkansas agriculture. Farming, trucking, small businesses. You're close enough to Jonesboro for bigger services without paying Jonesboro prices. This is honest, rural living without the fantasy markup. Number 4. 12 acres and a brick farmhouse. Now we're in serious bargain territory. Near Mena, a brick farmhouse sits on 12 acres, listed around $150,000. About 1,600 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, fireplace, metal roof. The house needs cosmetic updates, but it's structurally sound. The land is partially wooded, partially open, with mountain views in the distance. Mena attracts people who want slow living. Artists, retirees, off-grid dreamers. The economy is modest, but the lifestyle is calm and affordable. At this price, ownership becomes realistic for people who thought they were priced out forever. Number 3. 10 acres with a fixer farmhouse. This is where dreamers separate from doers. Near Forest City, you'll find a farmhouse sitting on 10 full acres, priced under $120,000, a level of value that's becoming rare almost everywhere. The home offers roughly 1,500 square feet, 3 bedrooms and 1 bath, and it's being sold as is, with no illusions about perfection. It needs work, roof inspection, electrical updates, and a full cosmetic refresh. But the bones are strong, the land is excellent. Rolling pasture with fencing already in place, plus outbuildings that actually serve a purpose. Forest City draws hospitals, schools, and direct access to Interstate 40, keeping you connected without big city costs. This isn't remote wilderness, it's rural affordability with infrastructure. If you have practical skills, patience, or a renovation plan, this is how people still buy land without drowning in debt or over-leveraging their future. Number 2. 5 acres and a livable farmhouse for around, yes, under 6 figures still exists. Outside Pine Bluff sits a small farmhouse on 5 acres, priced around $95,000, a number that feels almost fictional in today's housing market. The home offers 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and roughly 1,100 square feet of living space. The roof and HVAC have been recently checked, removing 2 of the biggest budget killers buyers usually have to face. It's basic, practical, and functional, nothing fancy and nothing pretending to be. The land gives you privacy, breathing room, and control. The house gives shelter. Everything else is optional. Pine Bluff struggles economically, and that reality keeps prices low. For buyers who understand location trade-offs, this is true ownership at rent-level pricing, with land included. Number 1. The cheapest farmhouse with acreage. Here's the one that makes people angry. An Arkansas farmhouse offered through an online auction with starting bids around $10,000. That number is not a promise, just an opening move. The final price depends entirely on who shows up and how disciplined they are. The property typically includes acreage, a farmhouse structure, and utilities already on site. It might close at $40,000. It might reach $90,000. Even then, it often sells far below comparable market listings. Auctions reward preparation, research, and patience, not emotion or impulse. If you understand the rules, timelines, and risks, this is still one of the few places where real property bargains quietly exist today nationwide still. So that's it for today's video. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.